Hi, my name is David Hansen, and I'm an application developer at GeoJob GIS Consulting. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your first mapfolio and how to configure it. There's a lot of content out there about mapfolio, but this particular video pertains to setting up mapfolio and configuring it. Mapfolio is an application which is used to create a simplified read-only interface for users in your organization who may need to quickly access content but don't necessarily have the need to generate or create new content. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use the Gulfport International Airport. They're a client of GeoJob's who we worked with closely in the development of Mapfolio. I'm going to do a lot of the examples as Don Shepley, who is the Director of Planning and Business Development at the Gulfport International Airport. So we'll start with the assumption that you have began a trial of Mapfolio, or that you've had or you've bought Mapfolio, and that Mapfolio is currently shared with the group which is used for creating your web application templates. Esri has some information out there and some very good help on how to create a custom group for saving web applications and converting web maps to web applications. So please refer to that documentation from Esri in order to figure out how to get Mapfolio, which has been shared with you as a template, into that particular group. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like when I log in as Don Shepley here. So Don Shepley is an administrator of the organization who currently has Mapfolio inside of his templates group, and we are going to create a map here. It may seem counterintuitive that we will be creating a map to run Mapfolio, but in reality, Mapfolio runs on the same architecture as any other web mapping application, even though it may not be that the user is directly interacting with a map during the course of clicking around a Mapfolio. A map is still stored or used for storing the configuration information that you associate with Mapfolio, such as tags or custom banners or filters, or choosing what particular item types you wish to show inside of Mapfolio. So we have a map here. We're going to go ahead and save it, and we are going to call it Mapfolio example, and we will tag it. Let's tag it with example actually, and we will give it a summary. And we're going to save this map. After the map is saved, all we have to do is share it, and we want to make sure that it is shared with the organization, and we will make it a web application. Now, if Mapfolio has been shared with the group that is used for creation of web applications, you will see it here in this list. Once again, if not, refer to the Esri documentation on how to complete that particular process using a custom group for the creation of your web application templates. We will click Publish, and this will prompt us once again with another form that we can fill out here, and we are going to save and publish our web application. And you can click View Item, or you can go to the item, configure the item. We're going to go ahead and hit View Item here. We are then provided with a URL, which we can click on, which will bring us to a pretty much an default Mapfolio, which has no filters. Everything is in here. And we can configure the application as well. You can see some of the things that we can choose from in here is different supported item types, web map, operations view, PDFs. Web applications are always supported, so there's no checkbox for that one. You can also choose to filter your items which are inside of Mapfolio, and also your groups by a certain filtered tag. All you have to do there is, if I check this box and I have some content inside of the Gulfport Airport which I know is tagged as Content Dashboard. Do note it is case sensitive, and if we save that and reload the application, we will see that there are less items and less groups inside of the Mapfolio now, because they are filtered by only showing items and groups which pertain to that particular tag. We're going to go ahead and take that filter tag off and save. And refresh. And we can see that once again mapfolio has all of the groups and all of the items that the user has access to without any filtering. You can do the same for choosing what particular item types you want to expose to the user. Here's an option here for personalization settings for if you wish to show the user's portrait and title and information once they log in. You can disable that if you're an organization where you do not wish to show that. You can choose the positioning of it, the color of it. And here's some really interesting stuff in the miscellaneous settings. We can change the footer here to be something besides the default. We can say example. And you can support any standard HTML tags in here. We're going to go ahead and save that. And you will see that we have by default the template is created by GeoJob GIS Consulting. We can refresh here. And we can see that instead our HTML is inserted there as the footer. So you can insert a custom footer there. You can insert a custom banner instead of using the one which is default for your organization. So I have ArcGIS Online. Any valid image URL can be put in here. You can also put your own custom CSS. So if you would like to hook into and change the look of any of the styling of mapfolio, the size of elements or the colors or the hover over color or anything like that, you can have a developer write some custom CSS for you and just point to that CSS file, and that file will take over and overlay any of its changes on top of the default CSS for mapfolio. So we offer you a lot of configuration you can do, a lot of customization, and we plan on exposing more and more configuration and customization as we expand mapfolio. We're probably going to open a little bit of configuration that you can do with the detail panels here. Choose what kind of details you wish to show. There's lots of plans for the future of this. So if there's something you're interested in it doing that it doesn't currently, feel free to give us feedback. You know, if you're using it and you like it, let us know. It's always good to hear some positive feedback. So once again, my name is David Hansen. I'm an application developer at GeoJob GIS Consulting, and thank you so much for your time.